Hey guys, Jim the Rage here. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome back to Libertad. We are right back in where we were, and look, my shelf is up. It's so pretty. I know, it's awesome. I said that in the other video. What am I doing? But yeah, I got my shelf up finally, so now I got this cool little display in the background. Hopefully it looks cool for you guys. And we are back, so let me try and remember what my voices were for them and try to get back into it. And why is my headset falling off? There we go, that's better. Okay. So, moments after informing me of this fact, Martha held her arm out to the side and stopped walking. So we're back with Martha and... what was her name? I can't remember the main character's name. Whoa, goblins. What the fuck? Why y'all gotta be half naked? Can't y'all wear fucking pants or something? Jesus. Put on a shirt. Alright. I peered into the clearing up ahead and spotted these creatures similar in appearance to decrepit humans. Ugh. Their heads were oddly shaped, and their limbs were similar in length to those of a child. In the dark of night, they could easily sneak into the city and pretend to be humans. Huh. Interesting. Ada, that was her name. Ada. What are those? Goblins. Goblins? That's what goblins look like? I'd heard tales of goblins as a child, but this is the first time I've seen one of these creatures in the flesh. Surprisingly similar to children in appearance, are they not? Bar their skin color and misshapen heads, of course. Judging by the horns slung around the waist of one of the goblins, it would appear that they are scouts. I took a closer look at the goblins. As Martha mentioned, one of them was carrying a horn at its waist, presumably so it could alert its comrades if anything happened. Can we take a moment and listen to this badass music? Fucking badass, like, choir music. I love it. Yeah. Why would goblins be scouting around here? Hard to say. Maybe they're keeping lookout for invaders. Maybe they're searching for a village to plunder. Either way, the only good goblin is a dead goblin. Signaling for me to stay put, Martha slowly walked towards the goblins. Creeping stealthily, Martha pulled out a throwing knife from behind her back and took aim. She carefully lined up a throw while inching closer. Even while concentrating on the target, Martha watched her feet, making certain not to make a sound. Finally, in a single movement too quick for me to follow, the knife left Martha's hand. Yeah. Yeah. Well. Are they even, like, speaking English? What is this? Yeah. Oh, there goes one of them. Bye. After nailing the horn-carrying goblin with her first throw, Martha jumped out and took advantage of the other goblin's surprise. She quickly unsheathed her sword and stabbed one of the remaining goblins in the throat, then rushed towards her final target. I wish this had, like animation for what she's doing, or, like, scenes for what she's doing, so, like, quick flashes of, like, her actually stabbing the thing, you know? Instead of them just disappearing. Yeah! Huh. Pathetic. The final goblin drew the blade at its hip and began swinging wildly. Yeah, stop it. Oh. Stop it! Just stop it! Just swinging wildly. Martha easily blocked the poor goblin's swordplay with her shield, and then proceeded to whack the goblin in the head. Wait, she whacked him? What? Staggering from the impact, the goblin fell to the ground. Martha immediately seized the opportunity to draw a wide, upward arc with her blade, then swung down with tremendous force. And dead. Without an ounce of resistance, the goblin's skull was split in half. Right. Damn, Martha. Remember not to piss you off. After swinging her blade through the air a few times to remove the blood, Martha casually walked back over to my side. Ugh. Can't read today. Amazing! You really are strong, Martha. Those goblins never stood a chance. Oh, please. Felling a goblin or two is not an accomplishment worthy of praise. I would not dare call myself an adventurer if I could consider goblins to be worthy adversaries. Be that as it may, Martha walked over to the goblins once more as something caught her eye. I can't talk today. It's weird. She picked up the blade of the horn-carrying goblin and inspected the hilt. A knight's crest. How pitiful, to be slain by mere goblins. Here. Martha handed me the knight's blade. This is yours now. don't befall the same fate as its previous two owners. A blade? For me? Well, I've not trained in the art of swordsmanship. I wouldn't know the first thing about wielding a blade. It's easy. Swing, slice, stab. You'll figure it out. You make it sound so easy. The basics are. I'm not asking you to become a master swordsman, you know. Yes, but... Bah, just take the damn thing. You'll know what to do with it when the time comes. Making it sound a bit Scottish. It's hard to kind of keep the accent straight, but differentiate between the two voices. Because again, I'm bad at female voices, especially with an accent. Accents are easier though because they... I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Okay, I understand. Good, now let us settle down for the night. This area will soon grow dark. We'd best stake our claim while we can still see. You want to make camp already? But it is only twilight. We can still go on. I could, but I'm not sure about you. You're already out of breath, and Libertad is many leagues away. Besides, rest is a necessity. We will fare better if we travel when we are well rested. We will also speak better. God, I can't read today. I understand that, but shouldn't we try to cover up as much ground as we can? What if more goblins come? Or the slavers catch up to us? Oh, shut it. Just sit down and be quiet already. Martha suddenly raised her voice. Her expression grew fierce, and she turned to face me without any sign of her usual calm. I can't. What? This is Can't Speak Simulator 2016. Oh, actually, it's 2017 now. So, 2017. Listen here, Ada. As long as I'm the one leading, I get to make the decisions. If you have a problem with that, then either take the lead or get lost. Got it? No, I didn't mean... I'm sorry. Aw. I backed away from Martha and lowered my head. Seeing my pitiful expression, Martha sighed audibly and scratched her head. Look, I can only ensure your survival if you do as I say. I am an experienced adventurer. When I say we need to make camp or take a particular route, there's a damn good reason behind my decision. So if you want this journey to be as painless as possible, then do as I say. Do you understand? Yes, I understand. Martha sighed once more and brought her hands down to her hips. All right then, Ada, eat something light and then go to sleep. You'll need to regain your strength, for tomorrow we begin our trek anew. Very well, I'll make a fire then, so we can... Don't... Sorry? The smoke will give away our location to our pursuers, and the light will attract monsters. Though it may make you feel uneasy, the darkness is our ally. Let us not waste the cover of night. Understood. Somewhat disheartened by my own uselessness, I did as Martha decreed and grabbed some food from our supplies. Ooh, nice change. That's nice fade. Like that. Sweet rocks, bruh. After eating in silence for a short while, Martha and I ventured further into the woods in search of a proper place to rest. Once we located a suitable area in which to make camp, we settled down for the night, making ourselves comfortable on the soft grass and leaves beneath us. Content with our new camp, I sat down and resumed my meal. I knew that we wouldn't have much time to look for food while we were traveling, so I took the opportunity to fill my stomach and enjoy a break from physical activity. Sounds about right. I felt somewhat disheartened that my break was going to take place surrounded by darkness and a creepy forest, but at the very least I could finally sit down and eat without an interruption. While nibbling on the apple in my hand, I gazed up at Martha. Unlike me, Martha didn't seem to be unnerved by our surroundings in the slightest. Eating quietly in the dark was not a problem for her, nor was camping out in a forest infested with monsters. But for me, this was not the case. Everything about our current situation frightened me, and the silence only fueled my unease. So after swallowing another mouthful, I gathered my courage and spoke at last. Martha, can I ask you something? What is it? I was just wondering, for how long have you been an adventurer? When did you start training? Was it difficult? Is it the kind of thing you need to devote your life to? Jeez, what's with the barrage of questions all of a sudden? And what interest do you have in adventuring anyway? It's not as glamorous as people make it out to be. I think she's better as Scottish. I can do Scottish easier. That's not a problem. It's not that I'm particularly interested in doing it myself or anything. I was just thinking that maybe if I trained to be an adventurer, maybe I could become strong like you. Martha's eyes narrowed as I touched upon the reason for my questioning. No, forget I said anything. I was just making idle chatter. You needn't take my question seriously. I tried to laugh off the suddenly tense atmosphere and bring the brief attempt at conversation to an end. However, Martha continued to stare at me, unconvinced that I meant what I said. Ada, if it is strength you seek, then my experience as an adventurer will not aid you. I've been an adventurer since I was born. I killed my first monster before I could even speak, and I have been honing my skills ever since. I have no secret training ritual to share with you, only time and effort will see you become strong. I see. That is a shame. I suppose I'll not be able to become strong so easily after all. Of course not. Strength is something you build up over many years of tireless effort. You cannot suddenly decide to become an adventurer and hope to gain such power as a result. Yes, you are right. Please, forgive my foolish question. So, basically she's saying Skyrim is a bunch of bullshit. Gotcha! I cast my eyes downward as my hopes were quickly dashed. Oh man. Although I figured strength would not come to me so easily, I had hoped that Martha would at least share with me a tactic I could use, or perhaps teach me basic swordplay. However, my question yielded no such result. Instead, all I earned was a lecture. For what reason do you wish to become strong, anyway? Is it revenge that you seek? The power to slay the men who pursue you? Unexpectedly, Martha continued our conversation with an inquisitive tone, genuinely interested in what I had to say. In response, I shook my head and uttered weakly, I just want to be able to protect myself. Ooh, stars. I like space. Space is cool. Like, whenever I see stars at night, oh, it looks awesome. Okay. The art style in this game is rather good. Ada, wake up! That sudden music is what I love about this. Hey, Ada, can you hear me? Huh? Shh, keep quiet and open your eyes. Awakened by Martha's soft shouting, I immediately opened my eyes and looked around. Though still half asleep, I quickly gained my bearings and thought back to what happened before I fell asleep, and my headset keeps falling off. I need to repair this thing a little bit more, I think. Methinks this needs to be repaired. Methinks it needs to be replaced, actually. What's wrong? What happened? We've been had. I did not anticipate this number of goblins. Goblins? My eyes darted back and forth. I couldn't see a thing in the pitch-black darkness. If there were goblins watching us, I would have no way to tell if and when they would strike. Keep calm. They haven't spotted us yet. Okay, yes, I'm calm. But where are they? I thought you already killed all the goblins around here. Hardly. All I did was slay a few scouts. Their scouts aren't reporting in. The main force has now shown up to look for them. Well, maybe you should have passed around them. That music, though. Maybe you should have snuck around them instead of fucking confront them. The main force? That sounds bad. God, this is loud. This isn't refining my voice, is it? Hope not. It is indeed. Usually goblins travel in groups of a few dozen or less, but right now there's an entire horde of them out here. No, perhaps it would be more accurate to call them an army. You see them? Martha pointed towards the army of goblins. Although I couldn't make them out clearly, I could still see the occasional flicker of moonlight off their spears and shields. I think so. I do see something moving. But wait, I can also see bigger goblins. They're hobgoblins. They're bigger, stronger, in this case more heavily armored. But what do we do now? Are you going to fight them all yourself? Impossible. They have the advantage in numbers, weapons, and armor. They know the lay of the land, not to mention that goblins have excellent night vision. We'll have to make a run for it. They haven't spotted us yet, so we can still make it out of here without a fight. Can you run? Of course. Alright, follow my lead. Do as I say. Don't think. Don't look back. Just keep on running until your legs give out. If we're surrounded, we're dead. If you fall, you're dead. Our only chance is to keep running until we're in the clear. Do you understand? Yes. Alright then, let's go. Yeah. Martha and I began to run through the forest. Moments after we started to flee, I could hear the goblins talking to one another in their peculiar language. Following mere seconds of chatter, dozens of goblins broke off from their horde and began to pursue us, quickly closing the distance as our inability to see slowed Martha and I down. Oh, I love this shot. This is cool. So, it's got like this I'm trying to think of the word here. Hold on. Let me get my tongue straight here. Contrapposto stance, or contrapposto. It means you're in motion. It's an art term. It's like the Greeks where they had the they had like the foot up. They used to have the very stoic things like the slight movement, so it showed motion, but it was still a rigid thing. Oh my god, look at that army of goblins. But it's great because it's got the goblins in the background, and the foreground. I'm sorry, I'm getting art nerdy. Never mind. Moving on. Okay. Damn, these bastards are faster than they look. Ada, keep running straight ahead. Don't stop, no matter what. What about you? I'll be fine. Just run. Though hesitant to leave Martha behind, I continued to run without stopping. Behind me, Martha quickly turned around and took on the first batch of goblins without batting an eye. Bring it on, you ugly sons of bitches! Martha don't take no shit. Martha brandished her sword and cleaved straight through the pack leaders, one after another. My chinsuchi. She cut down half a dozen goblins with ease, and the moment they stopped to regroup, she began to run once more. Before long, Martha had caught back up to me, with the goblins slowly catching up. Martha, you alright? I'm fine. Those little punks aren't as tough as they think. Oh, excuse me. The heavily armed ones might be problematic, but they're also much slower. As long as we keep running, I should be able to pick off the front runners. Alright, I'll leave it to you. All according to plan, Martha continued to slaughter the fastest runners the moment they began closing in. By picking a few off here and there, she was able to thin their numbers and, more importantly, kill off the goblins most likely to catch up. Despite the amount of running back and forth, not to mention the act of slaying the goblins, Martha was able to keep up magnificently. With her blade shining bright in the moonlight, Martha dyed the trees red with the blood of goblins, tirelessly slaughtering any who dared cross our path. Unfortunately, despite her best efforts, Martha was horribly outnumbered. For every goblin she slew, 2 more took its place, full of energy and ready to fight. Shaving down their numbers was not a substantial plan. Sustainable plan. In the end, all we could do was run. Did they make it out? What happened? Ooh, pretty. By the time Martha and I realized that the goblins were gone, we'd already run much farther and longer than planned. We both collapsed exhausted and sleep-deprived as we watched the sun begin to rise, finally putting an end to our taxing night. At first, we remained vigilant. The goblins could show up at any moment. After all, we didn't want to let our guard down too soon. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it here. We've been going on for a little bit now. I don't want to make this episode too long, and this feels like a good stopping point, because they're kind of out of the forest at this point, or at least out of the dangerous bit of the forest, so we'll go ahead and save it. Yes. Alright, save, cool. And, yeah. So that's another episode. Actually, let me go to back to the title. Right. Sweet. That's another episode of To Libertad in the bag. That was an exciting episode. One fault I have for the creator of this is that there's not enough action in it. Like there's the written action, but if you don't use your imagination, it's kind of hard to like visualize some of this stuff. So, you know, it's like Sepia Tears, right? When I was doing the Sepia Tears thing, when I was, doing the playthrough on that, I didn't really need to imagine much because there was a lot of visual, right? There was stuff in front, and all the dialogue was in towards the situation. Like it was regular conversation, and it was all the interior dialogue, like in the character's head, in the protagonist's head, was about the situation itself and what was happening in front of you that you could still see, like what the person looked like, and if there was a change in tone or a change in like pace, it would rapidly change into this different art style and with this different like scene setup, right? To show that, hey, this is a much different scene now. And it made you feel kind of differently. I would have liked to see her actually, like, just quick dashes of, just pictures of just, like, kind of like, what is it, Samurai Jack? In Samurai Jack, they used to do that. They used to do, like, the comic panel type thing. So, like, when Jack went into combat, it wouldn't show him just, like, slashing or anything. It would show, here's a panel of chika, 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 of, like, him slashing the same enemy, but from, like, 3 different angles. And I thought that was really cool. I don't know. Anyway. That is it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then do the usual. Like, subscribe, check out my streams, comment what your favorite thing is about this series so far. Me, it's definitely the art. The art style is great. The sound is good, but the art style is really well done. And I will see you guys in the next video. Reaper the Rager, signing off.